We close tonight with another edition of Coyote Corner Athlete of the Week. And this time the spotlight stops at a young woman who's not afraid to allow others to benefit from her work on the court. David Brown joins us now with more on sophomore Margaret McCloud.
Yeah, that's right, Jay. She's only been a Coyote for a year and a half, but McCloud already is playing a vital role for USD. And while she may play the five, she's comfortable not always being the center of attention. For someone who thought they were going to play volleyball in college, Margaret McCloud still has a knack for getting to the right spot at the right time.
She has a nose for the basketball, and that really makes a difference with rebounding. She finds a way to get around the basketball and has been able to find her play and find her niche with us because of her ability to go get that ball.
She uses the word relentless, which has kind of stuck with me. Just to go get it no matter what, who you have to go through or whatever. And it's a big adrenaline rush for me, I think, just as much as scoring, getting a rebound.
McCloud finished 6th in the conference in rebounding last season and is already averaging more than 5 per game this year. And while she may get more of a thrill from grabbing the ball than putting it in the hoop, her presence down low has led to easier shots and a Summit League leading 59.7 field goal percentage.
I'm trying to be more aggressive, trying to think score first instead of pass first. I tend to be sometimes a little too selfless, I think. When I know I can score, make a move in the post, I probably should, and I oftentimes don't. I usually kick it out. So we're working on me trying to find that aggressive bone.
While the numbers support the fact McCloud should try and shoot more in the post, actually translating that to games is easier said than done. But as someone who's always willing to do what's best for the team, she'll take those suggestions to heart.
We had preseason meetings last year, and Coach Williams looked at me in the eye and said, "What are your expectations for yourself?" And I basically told her that I'm ready to learn a lot, whether that's on the bench or at practice, and she kind of looked at me and said, "You're playing."
We've come to lean on her very heavily already in her first 2 years as a Coyote, and we're expecting big things as she finishes her career.
Right now, Jay, of course, McCloud coming off the bench for Polly Harrington, who's the lone senior on the Coyotes, but McCloud says Harrington's already been dispensing plenty of advice her senior season, so that transition should be smooth next year when McCloud presumably takes over the starting role.
Yeah, and I think that's a definite at this point, barring any kind of injury. She is going to be the woman in the middle for the Coyotes for the next couple of years. All right, thanks a lot, David. McCloud and the Coyotes will be back in action this week against Omaha and Western Illinois. The women will be on the road, while the men will be live in your living room. Greg Steeman joins me for the call of both of those games. Coverage tips off at 7 o'clock on Thursday and 4 o'clock on Saturday. And of course, we'll be back here to break it all down for you next Tuesday night on another edition of Coyote Corner.